Alright, everybody, we are back to this. It's been a couple of days, of course. You know, standard week. I don't know why I'm saying all that stuff as if it's unusual in any way. Let's quick look at where we were sitting here. I gotta refresh my memory because I appear to have forgotten a lot in general the last day or so about this. And that. I don't think that's going to be useful for the Marissa PA, which I know exists. Well, let's start carrying on with the plot here. I forget what the order of things is at this point. Oh, that's quite a yawn sound. No, it's a door. Oh. Oh, that's, a thing, that's for sure. Ooh, flashback. Alice's dad is, you know, pretty cool looking dude, I guess. Ah, flashback. So, Shanghai's been around for like 60 years, I guess? If I did the math right. And here we are in the middle of the shop. Oh boy, this nerd. I swear this guy is from some other series. I just can't place it. Or maybe he just looks like a billion other characters. Well, no, we hadn't heard, but it's Battle Network games, so there's enough of those going around. Well. An Arc in 3 and most of 4 being all tournament-based. That's a lot of money. Also, Angelus, that's a fusion of two country names there, that's for sure. Oh, sounds about right. Yeah, we get it. Everybody has a crush on the character. Taking applications in A and Square. Okay, that's not too hard to get to. Slightly irritating. But that's about it. I want to check something real quick. Now that I think about it. 30 MBs. We're a little short of being able to mark that as our regular. That's disappointing. We needed that boost today. But also, we do have a wing style, which actually will permit us to do something a little easier. And yeah, we're actually going to start going after some of those EX viruses now. Which means that my death count is going to suddenly just skyrocket, basically. It's okay, nobody's paying attention to that, right? Of course you're not. Excuse me. Had a cough there. And nobody needs to hear that shit. So once you take a virus request, You just run around in the area a little bit, and eventually the enemy will pop up. Not now, however. As you can tell, these are not exactly EX tier viruses. They're just the basic garbage that you encounter most of the time. They will be heralded when they actually show up with boss music, so that's a fairly easy way to identify when you're about to get into a fight with one of them, instead of just a singular enemy roaming the area, I guess. And yeah, I admit today I'm a little bit out of it. I'm kind of tired. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stream. Like I do. And here we go. The Kadama SP. This thing has 800 health. So, yes, that is a lot more than what we are used to seeing, I guess. And to help us deal with it, we're going to switch to wing style for a reason that you will get to see in just a moment whenever it gets a chance to attack. Which actually might take a bit thanks to stunning it. And yes, the issue here is that in addition to the comparatively colossal damage that this thing deals, which that's, what, 160 a hit? Yeah, not nice. But in addition to that, it's laying sand panels. There are a lot of enemies that have new additional gimmicks to their attacks, including stuff like this. And from this point on, we are going to just try and dodge all of these attacks instead of, you know, even trying to get any hits in, except right now when we're invisible. Shit, it ran out too fast. Well, that's a bit of a problem. You can see that these are not simple, even with the fact that we're actually pretty well geared right now, because they just open fire on you. And also, you can see a little bit of an issue here with the saving at the end of a chapter thing, in that it doesn't actually save after the cutscene. It puts you in a position where you have to rewatch again. So we're just going to mash select in order to skip these. If it feels like going. And also, yes, we pretty much can't do that until a dialogue box opens, which is quite irritating. However, if I wasn't so bad at realizing, oh, I didn't have enough time to get in that tornado attack, we could have beaten that thing. It's not too hard of an enemy. And if we do, we get a decent chunk of change. It's free real estate. Who is going to argue? I'm pretty sure very soon my entire audience will, once they realize how many times I die against this thing. And actually, to help us out, we're going to throw down a firewall for a bit, because that should weed out some of the garbage enemies and hopefully get us into this fight a little bit faster. Or at least with fewer unnecessary interruptions. Because, oh man, I really need more shot wave chips that I'm never going to remember to stuff into a chip trader. Right? It's a good thing that everything is organized into single entries in the pack, otherwise those would be gunking my shit up pretty bad. Alright, so we're gonna sit here, mash A for a moment. This thing doesn't get any iframes because it's still just a generic enemy, so we can just do this and, you know, laugh. The other thing is that we're actually able to just stay in, We can stay in Doctor style if we want to, because we are... we're Earth element. So we're actually pretty safe right now with this. Okay, let's take those, let's add them. Ooh, that's gonna end this real quick. Get out of here. I'm impressed that we actually got the hit off there. So I'm taking that, I'm going back home. I should probably do something about these cubes at some point. Again, we're gonna find out if there's any use of thing that I mentioned earlier. And by earlier, I mean several streams ago, the debug room, see if that's available to us yet. I don't think it is, but I still want to find out, because if it is, we can goof off in there and, you know, do some stupid things. Yeah, this gives us that thing. We already know about that. Turn here. Alright. We had 10k. There's quite a few of these, by the way, that I have not fought before. So, yeah. The Legion, I seem to remember not being too bad. Yeah, let's go for this. And it's in the vending machine computer, which is over on the college campus, I think. Okay, so we get in here, we save. And then we start doing our stuff. We run around in here. Oh, there's another item here. Do we have crack tools? Yes. Alright. White Lily M. That provides you with regen, I think? Also, yeah, we should definitely use another one of those things, you know, one of the firewall subjects, right. Because on top of the fact that I don't really want to be dealing with all the weak enemies, I don't want to be dealing especially with ones like this. You know, fuck those napalm enemies. They are kind of the worst. So let's just run around in here for a little bit. And don't worry, we will get to the... We'll get back to the story soon enough, but... For the time being, I am goofing off a little bit. Really doesn't want to show up, does it? Come on. Or are they considered a weak encounter now too, or something? They shouldn't be. They're, like, treated like a boss. Was this a mistake? It probably was. Okay, you're not going to tell me where the target is. Alright. Because this is the right place, I think. There we go. Finally. Alright, so here's the big difference in this fight. We get a set of 3 of these enemies instead of just the 1. The other difference is that we get crappy draws, so that's real good. That's real nice. And yes, as you probably guessed, it is pretty easy to get area locked in this fight, just by virtue of the fact that we've got all of these area grabbing chuckleheads here. Yeah, see, look at this. Our backs are to the wall here. We'll break out the Mega Halberd and do some good damage and get stabbed to death. Damn. Yeah, this is one that you have to end really fast, and my problem may end up being just a general lack of ability to output inside of the space of a single turn. Alright, barrier, or a sword, and now we start doing damage. Oh, look at that. And unfortunately, they're smart enough to start blocking for their buddies, so that makes taking out a lot of them a little bit tough to do. However, thankfully, so long as they don't line up in a certain way, dodging their attacks shouldn't be too hard to do. Just by virtue of the fact that they do not have the, what's it called? They don't have the wide sword attack that these enemies did in the mainline Battle Network games. Or rather, their equivalent from the mainline Battle Network games did. Yeah, but you can see this guy's being a bit of a butthole here. He's deciding to move out of position. Alright. Tailwind. Mega Halberd. We can't really afford to take a hit here, unfortunately. But we can do this, I think, and... Oh, perfect! Damn it! Unfortunately, I was the one who was slow there. I deserved what I got. You can see that this is, like, something that is very easy to screw up. Do we save after using the sub-chip? No, but that seems to actually hinder us a little bit, so... Alright, we got into the fight nice and easily. Okay, these draws are kind of sucking right now. I'd say we have to move in a pattern, but there's no pattern to it, basically. It's just kind of annoying. And yeah, with a draw like that was just terrible. That was not good luck on our parts. We didn't have what we needed in order to do anything here. And this time we get a single chunk enemy instead of anything else. Alright. Just eliminate it. I actually think I am going to throw the sub-chip on in a second. In an effort to maybe, hopefully, get into just that fight. Because again, we can do that. We just need, well, first of all, we need some luck, apparently. And in fact, on top of that, what I'm going to do is, I should have a headwind in here somewhere. And to search for it, I should search by code. Oh, I've got another ghost body. I didn't realize that. Wow. That can get out of here. It served its purpose. Do I have headwind? I don't. I didn't buy it. Dang it. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Headwind is the opposite effect, where it blows the enemies back. And at that point, really is it's like, okay, medicine, headwind, let the fight sort itself out for at least a little bit. But instead, for now, we're going to do this. Alright. A little more area for you to have steel. And I'm just drawing all my Marissas instead of anyone useful here. God dang boot. Boot. That's all I got here is boot. Alright, let's take these Chauds out one at a time, I guess. Alright. Select. Okay, we still have that on, so we can do this. And now, unfortunately, we can't really get both enemies with the Earth Wave. But, you know, a nuke is a nuke at this point. We'll deal the damage. Oh, I can't really use that to any significant effect anymore, but, okay. Alright, buddy, you're over here having a pretty poor time, but, that's about to change for things in a second, and it's gonna be me who's having the bad time here. Alright, fine. There we go. Got it. Not pretty, but it worked. So that's good enough for me. Let's get the hell out of here. Stop getting stuck in the old man's hitbox. Go get our cash and go on our not-so-long journey, because thankfully I had the foresight to buy the link to AN Square. Yeah, 35k, that's pretty good. Those are pretty lucrative if you know what you're doing. And I don't, but I'm still able to get away with it sometimes. What do you got? Let's buy the headwind, because we will need that eventually. For sure. The ice sword. I mean, I could build a C code folder still. It would be a decent choice. Gee, is there... Well, yeah, Tank Man exists. I could do something like that. Well, whatever. We'll do that later. Assuming I remember. We're supposed to be looking for... Yeah. Alright. And so, look, it's two of us, and there's a bunch of generic nappies. I think this is going to be pretty easy. Tournament arc. Use this prepared folder. Ooh. That could be a bit of a pain. Alright, so there's 4 of these goofuses to find. And I believe each of them challenges us to a sequential virus battle. So that's going to be... it'll be interesting. We got a couple of ghosts. And see, at the very least, they do give you a pretty passable folder. We got a nice handle with that, and I'm sure that we'll have a couple more that are decent. They don't completely hang you out to dry on this. So give them that, I suppose. And yeah, we will take Shadow Body as our last ship of the turn here. If only because I do want to show off that it kinda sucks. Alright, so... here's what happens with the Shadow Body. Yeah, you jump forward 2 panels when you use a chip. And in terrain like this, that's kinda terrible, and lining up for a correct position there was not easy. I'm surprised that there was actually an open panel for me to attack from. Alright, so this Golden Navy, I'm going to assume, is one of the officials here. What do you have for us? Oh, hey. Yep, 3 fights in a row. We get 2 Mass Liger 2s and a Mass Liger 3. Pretty easy. We should be able to destroy these in a single turn. Yeah, wow, look at that. Double counter. Alright, some Junks 2s in a really god-awful position. I don't really like this very much. This is what you would call fucking awful. Alright, so if I remember how that... yeah. That is absolutely not the, This has been shockingly ideal use of that chip so far, but do not get used to seeing that kind of thing. Shadow Body is garbo in my experience, and I will not be using it very much. You have anything other than cannons and wind here, buddy? Yes, by the way, you will see one of the big problems with the railgun chips is that they also crack the panel that you're on. I don't know if we've used them to this point, but just in case we have not, there you go. They're kind of really bad, in my opinion, for that reason. Like, they actually just end up hurting you just as much. Not bad, not bad. A lot of waiting around for something good to come up, but overall, not bad. We weren't being rated on our speed, it's just a matter of can you actually beat these fights. I'm surprised you don't ever really get speed tested in any of these games. Even though you would think, oh, it's a gameplay mechanic that you gotta go fast, so you would think that at some point they would do it eventually, but here we are, several games deep into the series, and not yet. You know, there's been 6 Battle Network games, and there haven't been any more since. Oh, you're just out here trying to guard the undernet entrance, aren't you, buddy? God, I hate these tank enemies, by the way. They are so fucking obnoxious. Like, someone had to think this enemy idea was a good idea. All the just, oh yeah, they just straight up target you. You know. No problem, easy peasy. It's totally not irritating or anything. And as I said before on previous streams, we're trying to avoid running away from battles, so give the viewers a little something more to watch, but Lord knows, these fights make me really want to do it anyway. 33 seconds for dealing with the 3 tanks. This is where things start to kind of drop off in quality a little bit here and there. Is just starting around this section. Primarily because of like things like this. These fights are not good. Regardless of what folder we have, there would probably be at least a little bit of, you know, too much waiting around no matter what. A little bit of too much, yeah, that's exactly how I wanted to phrase that, and don't say anything otherwise. Not even like these enemies are very tanky. Still, they're pretty weak. They're just huge pains in the ass to line up with, and they shoot at you pretty often, and they just target you perfectly. And they destroy your area. There's too much gimmicks going on here. Alright, good. It went in the stupid direction. And I still had it on that shadow body for some reason. Oh, I gotta remember to turn on untrap. Fuck. I'm an idiot. I forgot how to video games. Fuck you. Yeah, double fuck you. God. Damn. These enemies are, like, really spread out. And jump right into the flamethrower. That's right. That's what we like to see. I think. Not again. Why do I keep doing this to myself? And unfortunately, we are locked until the next plot point, because I don't think I've ever actually used the Biospray 2. I want to see if it's like a bigger cone or something. Unfortunately, the game is just like, nah, you don't get to have fun, buddy. I do, however, appreciate how fast the railgun chips fire. That's pretty good. Yeah, we made our return back already on that antivirus, and I don't even know if that was a trapped mystery data. But if it was, well... yeah, it works. Alright. Easy fight. I don't know what that guy's complaining about. Well, Maybe he really doesn't have much, so I shouldn't be like, oh yeah, by the way, dude, mash the button. That is another good thing, by the way, about the Shadow Body chips. If you can't jump forward, you won't. So you can also line it up properly and just use your attacks correctly, like a normal person. Although, again, that kind of defeats the purpose of the chip because it doesn't protect you from anything. Because it's kind of bad. Oh, that'll do. Yep. Alright. Where is this guy that this Goofus is talking about? Is it further in the other downward direction? Ooh, we got somebody over there. That is one of the Dark Chip traders who will give us something nice if we manage to beat him and his reasonably hard viruses. So we'll probably give that a shot in a little bit once we are able to use our own chip folder again. Unfortunately, right now we gotta deal with all this. That didn't end up being that bad. We got good draws on the next turn, so... yeah. Are you the guy? No. We'll take the gravity balls before the bio spray. Okay, that sure happened. I didn't realize that was a thing that could happen to you. Although I guess I should not be surprised. That's kind of a usual thing in MegaMan game, Battle Network games. Fuck me. Also, I don't know if I ever pointed out, but yes, when you're in the anxious state, you cannot do style changes in battle. It kind of sucks because that would often actually give you a pretty huge edge. But they take that away from you because it would give you a pretty huge edge, probably. Rank 2. Yeah, that first fight we really did just get lucky, didn't we? Like, wow. We drew pretty much a god hand for that fight, and then we've just been sitting here ever since, waiting for a chance to get another good one. Okay. This. Heal. Alright, and in a second we gotta start dodging the ghosts. And... honestly, kind of hoping they get into a better position than that. That works. Another I-code ghost body. Are you the guy? No. Good enough hand. Yeah, especially since we got the heal off. That's pretty solid. Good for you, buddy. Not a great hand we've been dealt here for dealing with this. By virtue of the fact that the shadow body was not the same code as the shotgun. Otherwise, we could have ended that pretty easily. Unfortunately, no such luck. Yeah, we get it. You're from space. Get out of here. Ooh, 6K that I missed earlier. That's pretty nice. I will never complain about the free money. Back to the front here. Gotcha! Give me my counter bonus. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this area is very easy to get lost in, if I haven't made that clear before. And if I have, well, you get to hear it again, so... meh. No multiples there, but that's fine. We're at full health. We don't need to prep a heal. Get in place. Gotcha. Your own attack, no less. You should know how to deal with that, buddy. Oh, fuck me. I got turned around again, apparently. Well, I hope somebody is enjoying me not, you know, refusing to you know, skip any of these fights. I'm sorry about my inability to speak today, by the way, once again. Like I said, very, very tired. A little confused. This area sucks, all of that, you know. This area, come to think of it, why do we need the undernet with how confusing this place is? Damn. Damn. And positioning for that was not going to be great because I was too far up. I think I was expecting to try to attack from the back, and it did not. In fact, I don't know if it even can, but I figured it could because, yeah. How do I get to this motherfucker? I'm now very confused. Yeah, because this is back in City Area 3. I don't remember the layout of this place at all. It's not great. Excuse me. I might even just go to bed at this point. Actually, I'm completely safe here. Why do I even need to think about charging the buster? That was not very well done. I was hoping to get some hits in as they passed through, and it turns out they didn't take very much anyway, so... Shit, I miscalculated completely. I thought they had a lot less health than that, i.e. 120. And that was really stupid what I did, but I got away with it, so alright. Wow, what a jackass. Alright, come on, position. There we go. Yeah, because I know that the cross-sword dogs can only get to the front row. Not even a side path. I thought it was a side path for a second. Again, nope, no such luck. That just happened to work out. That's alright. My hand there was really garbage for that encounter, but it worked. I'm always okay with something like that happening. And I'll take 1500. And I think also that I can't get over to the N1 crew member here. And in fact, I'm going to do this for the first time. I'm going to run away. These encounters are starting to actually get under my skin a little bit. They are really repetitive and really obnoxious. And that's the asshole over there who's using the same sprite, because, you know, why not have something like that going on, right? Nice. Can't believe I didn't take the hit earlier when the cannonball hit me. Maybe you are protected when you're jumping forward, but I feel like that's not true either. Whatever. Right now, I just kind of don't know how to get to where I need to go. It's a real problem in today's society. Fuck you. So these guys have, like, standard, what am I trying to say? They have the column-shaped grenades. Okay, well, here's the dark chip dealer. I might actually take a crack at this again just to have a quick break in the monotony, because good God, is there a lot of it right now. As we get the same fight once again. Okay, well, I think that's another one of the guys right there. So let's take a quick save. And let's show you what we're dealing with here. Yep, it's a battle to the death. And this guy will give us a dark chip if we win. Against his EX5 type viruses, which are ridiculously powerful. The Wukongs are nothing to worry about. The Fallen Leaves will just end your miserable existence. Yeah, look at how much damage that did. Of course, we were weak to that attack as well. If we resisted, I still don't think we would be off, much better. Let's take another crack at this real quick and see if we can get that hand once again. Or similar, at least. Fighter style, I guess. Yeah, this hand is absolute dog shit for this purpose. Like, this is incredibly useless. Most of our attacks are to range, and yeah. So we're definitely not doing this fight right now. There's actually kind of no reason to be trying, except maybe to luck into a winning hand, and we're not gonna do that, judging by that kind of luck. And that was poorly done, because I did the math in my head wrong about where that thing would end up. Alright, come on. Get into the front column again, buddy. Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah, 60 zennies. Go up here. Take the mystery data. Talk to the shop. That's right, this is add-ons. You get start barrier, I guess. Or this is only the one core, that might not be bad. Or even the custom plus, but we'll do those some other time. For now, let's fight this Goofus, who's gonna give us not much to worry about, because we got a full heal to start with here. So if I understand how this works, we should be able to, yeah, there we go. Good timing. Meanwhile, that beetle is having a very, very bad time, and so am I, judging by that regen rate on the fucking thing. Can you stop being such a whatever you are? There we go. That barrier came back like immediately. It's kind of disgusting. 2 Gunhopper 2s and a Pit Viper, pardon me. No, Pit Fighter is really terrible old fighting game. At least I seem to recall it was really bad. It was one of the earliest games that used that sort of, like, not quite rotoscoped, but similar idea of, like, using the, real people as its sprites and all that. Basically what they ended up doing with Mortal Kombat later on. And it was not very good, regardless of what it was like in that department. Alright, so that's what let's see. Ow! Okay, that was done in a really stupid manner. This guy's got a pretty potent combo going, by the way, because as you can see, his seed cannon, every time it blasts the back row, it creates grass panels. And combine that with a firearm, and he could be doing some good damage. He's just got to actually hit us again, which, the way the AI works in this game, I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. Alright, can you get in the middle row? That works too. Scram. Oh yeah, I know there are more remaining staff members for me to beat up. Don't worry. It's Baki's P Cube. He doesn't live here in the A-in-town area though, so I don't know why he's got that hooked up there. I guess maybe he's been recently. Ow. Whatever, I want his chip anyway. I guess. Now, how do I get out of here? It's going that way, I guess. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, that was not smart of me. Not at all. So we got that one. You're... Yeah. That person. Nice. Again, enough biosprays to choke a horse. Well, I mean, it is a poison gas, so I guess saying that actually doesn't make sense in this case. Vaguely. And that wasn't particularly smart of me, but we lined up the hit pretty easily anyway, so fine. Don't like this enemy alignment. Get me out of here. And again, don't like this same encounter again. Where am I supposed to get? Yeah, this is the same platform from earlier. So it's not a helpful place to be. Setup is a lot better. Yeah, especially when that happens. Also, it appears the biospray cannot inflict paralysis, even with the stun game attached. That sucks. But it'll sure still consume the chip, although I guess, you know, you can't, like, send it back to your deck or anything. This fight needs to go away for a while. This way, and this might get us where we need to go. Alright. This has got to be one of the guys. Alright. Flameout 3 and 2 Shadow Ghosts, which is kind of unfortunate because they can heal. Ow. Really? I walked into it at the last second. That felt really stupid. Flower Tank 2s. Well, at the very least, this Chucklehead is going in a pretty predictable pattern here. Alright, 2 mini Onis, and the and one staff should be easy to fight. Should work. Should work. That's very much the wrong StarCraft voice there, isn't it? I'm doing the battlecruiser guy by mistake. Right, what else do you do besides swords? Napalm. Ew. I don't really like this. This is not a great setup to be seeing here. Alright, would you like to line up with me, please? Yeah! Nice! The idiot just backed up into the fire again. What a classic blunder. You've fallen for one of the classic blunders. The first is never to get involved in a land war in Asia, and the second is never back up into a fire when death is on the line. I didn't know how else to actually make that work. On the other hand, his hysterical laughter will always be just perfect. That ha 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 ha, and he dies. Good old Princess Bride. I haven't seen that movie in fucking years, actually. Come to think of it. And so is this going to get us any nearer to the clown? Of the ass variety. Hey, cross-sword asterisk. Nice. Excuse me. And this is the AN High computer. Nothing really going on here, I don't think. Yeah, this just sort of exists as a place to get onto the AN net easily. And has a couple of enemies of some note. I think. Not a lot of note, though. Hey, we didn't even have to buy that headwind. Nice. Alright, so this has got to be the guy. Alright, you. Let's finally wrap this up once and for all. And you start out with 2 Kademas and a Ray Cannon 3. This is mildly insulting, actually. Yeah! Nice and easy. Alright. A heater, a reflex, and a paladin. As before, I like my odds. However, the heater will not really do too much to us. Although the ice panels could present a minor issue. Or so you would like to think. Nice timing. And now comes the part where we have to actually land the hit against the heater. Which is a minor issue just by virtue of the fact that lining this up properly is not necessarily a simple move. However, the Shadow Body actually came in handy for once. Alright, and 1 staff and a Libaba. We've seen what the Sandpit viruses can do to us already. And we're going to be up against some pretty interesting... Ow. These are, like, hard to avoid attacks. This setup is actually probably the nastiest for an ending here. And basically the strategy ends up being you stay in the front row and out of his column, or stay in the front column and out of his row. Confused my rows and my columns there for a second. It's been a couple of years since I thought about table architecture, but, I mean, obviously, the concept of rows and columns exists elsewhere, but it's fitting in this case to, you know, think of it as table architecture just by virtue of the fact that, you know, we're on the internet. In terms of the game plot and in real life, I guess. Fuck. Alright, buddy, can you just, like, leak HP to death for a little bit here? Oh, yeah. Yes! Perfect! And that is why, in this game, I fucking love poison. It's super useful. Makes your life about 20 times easier, give or take. Okay, maybe more like 17 and a half, but, you know. You know, we're not here to criticize math in any way. Oh, come on. A lot of people older than that watch anime. Oh, I think this is a reference to Star Force. Oh, look. It's that Navi from earlier. It's Ghost. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of a mess for sure. Then again, she almost died and was left out in the cold by her organization and apparently grew a will to live. I mean, let's be honest, at this point we could probably murder people and still save the day by a very, very thin margin, no matter what. It's protagonist powers. I'm sure it's fine. That's still really suspicious. Like, I don't think it's an issue where a Navi's name is buried super deep in the memory and it would take a long time to access, so... Nothing to say about that? Well, that's okay. I think Yamame just wants a friend who can help her with stuff. Chemistry is weird. Don't, And see, I guess that's all it took, was realizing, oh, hey, I don't have to be evil if I don't want to. Hooray, I think. Oh, I'm sure this is gonna end in a really, really bad place, because we've seen that the cops around here are, you know, they definitely live up to the old adage, all cops are bastards. And what do we... Yep. So, you know, there's probably gonna be tear gas that'll somehow affect her or something, I don't know. It's not going to be good. Let's re-equip our good folder here. Speaking of good things. Alright, you have all the same things that I saw before. Why am I trying to buy from you? You sell interiors. Got missions. The other one is a sub-chip vendor, so I will probably end up... I'll ask that fucker in a second, I guess. What do you got? Antivirus, let's stock up. Virus scan, that's a lot of money. I don't want to do that right now. We can cut ahead to the next scenario if we want, but I think there's still some shops for us to investigate. And plus, on top of that, we could actually go start doing some more of the quest board if we wanted to. But I'm also looking for something a little specific. It's just not this fight. However, we do manage to draw a Mega Halberd to start with, so... as soon as this mole gets into position... freebie! And it's an asterisk code, but it's a panel shot, so who cares? I mean, it's okay, but we could be doing so much better for ourselves, couldn't we? Right, give me your junk. That's not what I was looking for. And we've unlocked another new style. What do you have for us? Leaf Witch improves how you use elemental attacks. Oh, we actually can get a wood element style. I didn't know that was a thing. Elemental chips get plus 10 power. Chips of your style's element gain an extra 10. That could be pretty powerful because there is a leaf element tornado. If we wanted to build a folder specifically around that, this could prove to be pretty brutal. We don't take as much damage from weaknesses and are unaffected by status effects. Our charge shot is basically a 3-square flamethrower. And yeah, we take bonus damage from heat and poison. Also, being leaf element or wood element or whatever you want to call it, we regenerate health on grass panels. So that can be quite powerful. And yeah, the way you get this is by exploiting enemies' weaknesses and using a lot of elemental chips in general. So that's neat, but we're going to have to switch back to our other thing in just a second here. Change style back to Earth Doctor. See someone hanging out under that bridge. Alright, what have you got for us? Oh, you're another dark chip fighter. Let's save before we do this. And let's see what we've got here. Gel pack and a Kedama. Not exactly liking what I see here, but I think I can deal with this, maybe. And by the way, yes, we have... This is a thing that differs from the regular games in that you can actually do shockwave attacks on sand panels. In the main series, that would be a bit of a no-go. Charge up a tornado. Well, I guess we have to redo that. I need to get some more charge boosting things, and this fucker moves a little too fast for us to even bother with the tornado, so that was a little foolhardy on our part. Alright, no reason for those. And again, since busting rank doesn't matter here, we're pretty open to be able to goof off, basically. Fuck. Like, nothing we do goes fast enough, so we just have to rely on the existence of poison, basically. Alright, switch to doctor again. And we can't do the one of those I really want to do right now, so that's unfortunate. Oh well. Both of them are equally fine, and that miss was not equally fine, that's for sure. Remember, that's B, C, D. And yeah, getting these hits in without poison is just not going to be a thing we can really do very well here. However, we can find out if we can... yeah, we can use the same use the same PA multiple times in a single fight. And we managed to just barely get that off. That's amazing. And for our troubles, we get a chip in a pretty terrible code. But Dark Spark. This will be another Hakero chip, but with 350 damage. It keeps us defended while we're using it. Does lightning damage. That's alright, but unfortunately the big killer is the fact that it's J-code. Because someone was a real joker when they decided to put that together. Have anything of value here? No. No real reason to pick up any of that. We'll be able to get fire swords sooner rather than later. Those are a little on the non-essential side of things at the moment. Oh, wow, that... I can't believe I pulled that off. That's pretty impressive. Probably should throw down a... Yeah, I don't have a firewall, dang it. I should have bought some of those. Yeah, I'm trying to find Cerno V3 and get into a fight real quick, but... it does not seem to be happening. And this is one of the big problems with all the enemies teleporting everywhere constantly, is that you often get enemies just moving through your attacks like that a lot. Again, not foreshadowing that we have to do that or anything, but against, you know, certain boss attacks. Because we do. Alright, let's get a quick save in. Excuse me. should be against V3 Tank Man. This is going to be a hell of a fight. 1600 HP. This could go quite badly, to say the least. And he does not flinch from things readily. And his machine gun is vastly upgraded, as you can see. It's going to require some pretty slick moves to dodge properly. God, I hate the mechanics behind being able to select asterisks in a turn with not being able to select asterisks in a... Fuck you, dude! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And that's why I fucking hate this mechanic. It's so bad. It's been a thing through the entire Battle Network series, and it's just awful. Like, it should be that it still lets you select an asterisk. It should be that you still are allowed to select an asterisk element chip, or rather asterisk code chip, if you're selecting just all the same chip in a turn. I mean, you can select the same thing for the PA because it's the same name. The rest should follow. But here we are. It's really, really bad about that. So here comes the part where we have to dance around a bunch of hits between this fucking machine gun and the falling missiles that I don't know when they're gonna actually be real or not. Alright, so we'll area grab, we'll tailwind, Mega Halberd. Oh god, here comes the actual missiles. Oh, that counter, that was clutch. Get out of here. Yeah, as you can see, not an easy fight, and he still gives us a Tank Man T. Oh boy. We're not ready for that. We're not ready to even try to touch that on a serious level. Can we go find Tenchi yet? I think she has, I think she's living in one of these apartments. Door is locked. Damn. Can we fight you? No. We're not allowed to fight him until we reach the tournament arc. God damn it. Well, that's taken a lot of fun out of my life. Hey, you. Ah, so you're just here to hang out with just the kid. Alright. Let's get into a fight against Marissa, version 3. This should be a lot easier than what we just tried to deal with. Fuck. Unfortunately, I'm forgetting a lot of these attacks. Fuck. Yeah, never mind about this being easier. That... I didn't predict, like, any of that. I just walked into everything. It wasn't good. And, of course, she just phased through my Aura Sword, because... Again, that's a thing that enemies should be allowed to do. I guess. If you're Satan. Fuck you! And she's in fucking iframes, because of course. God. I'm doing this really badly. Like, a lot of this really is me, but I'm still gonna be kind of cruel to the game because, wow, some of this is... Some of these mechanics are kind of, you know, frustrating. Alright, so you're just gonna give me a free hit there. That's... Fuck! I didn't mean to do that. It took an extra input, and I'm just gonna stand here now and I'm gonna let this fight end, because I'm a little... No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. This isn't a rage stream. Even if I am really pissed off right now because, like, really... My fingernail brushed along the edge of it. This controller might be a little, might be messing with me a little bit. I swear this thing is haunted, almost. Oh, I didn't have enough time for that. And I still fucked up because I didn't predict that in time. Jesus. I'm surprised these attacks go as fast as they do. All things considered. Let me stun you for a bit. I think I'm noticing better that the frames of attack animation are like mostly the same for each attack when she's winding up. And maybe that's I would imagine that's having an effect then. Alright, speaking of lining up, can you do that for me? Yes, you can, sort of. Now, I'll take the hit there. At this point, like, getting an S rank in any of these fights is kind of unlikely. Alright, so let's just add and, I guess, sit here and dance around these attacks for a bit, as long as I can tell which one is which. Which is admittedly a pretty big ask, but we're pulling it off here. At least for the moment. Yeah! Ooh, we've got double damage. We almost have another PA lined up. As long as we don't get hit, we could possibly, I guess, just get screwed on this turn. That's also an option. I'm actually going to add all 5 of these and just try to get the high M cannon. And, you know, screw up there because, as I say, yeah, she's... Like, all those attack frames are basically the same, right? And we would have this right now if I wasn't so stupid. Oh, those were some big explosions. And targeted just right for, like, covering the whole field. Damn. That hurts. On a lot of levels. This is a good hand for doing some pretty good damage here. And that was me forgetting which order my attacks are in here. So if she's going to stop in the top row a lot to do her attacks, that's not particularly good. Fuck. I didn't get down there fast enough. There is actually one of the styles lets you move faster, by the way, so that might be a thing to look out for and use more. Although I never ended up using it in my original playthrough of this game where I was not streaming it. So just because I say that doesn't mean that it will end up panning out in the long run. Fuck! 1 frame too late there. And we can interrupt that at least. This... Fuck. Remember to dodge them because they're cross grenades. I should probably also try using my shield a little more. I realize that I don't do that very much, so... that would probably actually help me out quite a bit. If I just remembered, hey, I have all of these abilities on hand, and, you know, maybe I should use more of them. Oh, the cooldown on that seems to be pretty ridiculous. Right, Ghost Body. There we go. Well, we beat her at least. We got a pretty nice amount of bonus for the counter there. And some money. So, okay. Let's go ahead and advance forward in the plot now. That's enough goofing off. There'll be plenty of time to do that later. I think. Oh boy. Oh, hello. I do at least like that blue hair is unique enough still to be a thing. Yes. Oh wow, get a load of this nerd. Aw. Again, I kind of understand though, but... I mean, I understand that too. They're probably actually just really not interested in doing so because... Again, have you seen how the cops in this game operate? Who wants to be seen around them ever? I sure don't. Alright, let's go. Nobody knows how to get around here, apparently. Oh, look at these nerds. Oh, hi, Moko. Phoenix Alliance, yeah. I think we heard their names dropped earlier, but... they're not really, not impressive, really. Here's Kana. We don't know anything about her, really, at this point. She appeared, like, once in the series and then disappeared. Past school gate next to the hospital. That's, again, pretty simple, but we'd probably run into it just by virtue of every area being a little on the small side. Not the car we can jack into. There is a car at some point that we can jack into, but I forget where it is. Is it back out in the Central Town area? The name of which I forgot already. Is really great. Let's see if there's anything in this mailbox. A blue lily. I think that just poisons the enemy area for... Actually, let's see. Yeah. Okay, no, this one is regen, so white lily will be the poison one. That we got like an entire scenario ago now, so good luck finding that, I guess. Yet I'm still scrolling through here. Okay, yeah, we're at the part where everything is sorted, so... That was M, I think? M-coded? No, it wasn't. We did get it, right? Library. Scroll through here. Find it. No, we don't have it anymore. So we got it from, like, picking up mystery data somewhere on the internet, and then we died. Well, that was really stupid of me then. Okay, the quiz guy isn't here yet, so... Nothing doing there. And there's another statue of the Jack in port. So, let's apparently have to aim at it properly. What a load of bullshit. Let's go in here. Yay! Bonus 20 HP. Yeah, there's me pronouncing it in a way that is weird for this part of the world. What do you have? Rich only gets any from battle and twice as much. That's pretty good. I actually should grab that. Data find can only get chips from battle. Less important, because we usually get those anyway. Give and take. Move through friendly objects and viruses. That's useful. Chip charge. Chips used at max charge get plus 10 power. That's a pretty weak charge. Lost cust. Start battle with one less chip in the custom screen. I think we can offset the cost of this with a custom plus, so that might be okay. Melt self. Attack damage is halved, weak to aqua attacks. So this just starts the battle casting a status effect on us. That's not great. Dark Mind. Heavy's heart is cloaked in darkness. I don't really know what that does. Stun damage, if he's stunned when hit. Again, the return on that is garbage! Like, why would you do that unless you can dodge that well? Lost light. Can't see any enemies, weak to heat attacks. If you can end the fight immediately when it starts, that's probably okay, but, like, no. I'll buy this, though. Because that could prove pretty useful. Hey, you. I mean, I guess it's very blonde. This guy just looks like the protagonist from Persona 4, just with a different colored hair. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I wish we had healthcare that worked in this country. No reason to go to the hospital? Well, yeah, I guess so. There's a bonus dungeon there later, so... yeah, it's sort of not important, I guess. Just making sure there's nothing else to do before we go and help Tenchi and probably end up having to see the cops being really shitty people again. Alright, let's go inside. And here we get a cutscene. Yeah, I guess we have to. So, yeah, don't get shot in the face by Reisen, I guess. Let's see what's going on here. Security consultations. General, thing. I don't know who you are. That's one of the PC98 era characters, I believe. Yeah, none of those are gonna work. Yeah, it's really unhelpful. You have some very orange sunglasses instead of the rest of your agents, I guess. I can't talk to this guy behind the counter. Ooh, 320 HP. Again, we will never complain about that. Salted soda. That sounds like it would end up being a quite vile combination, even though I do enjoy salty things and soda quite a bit. I don't know, the perspective doesn't really sell that, kid. Well, apparently the net agents don't give two shits about anything, so that their machines are all full of viruses. Great job, guys. Like, why would I, you know, ask them for help with... Ugh! Getting interrupted in the middle of a big attack like that is the worst. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This game sometimes, I swear. Do you want to actually get stunned, jackass? Like I intended for you to be with that... Ooh, wow, this fight is... This goes to show that, like, you really shouldn't underestimate even the most basic of basic fights, because sometimes they can be really cruel. Like, shockingly so. Yay, we did pretty good. Oh, she's a little tiny for that, isn't she? You again? Why do you exist? And why do you have something like that? I don't know. I think you're about to lose your rights to exist, kid. Like, seriously? Seriously? She's a fucking child! She's like 9! Are you saying you're gonna fucking kill a 9-year-old, you moron? There are no 9-year-old terrorists in the world. They literally do not exist. Like, what are you, Richard Dawkins, and she's a Muslim kid who brought in a homemade clock to a school in Texas? Can we punch her? Can we, like, do anything? Like, seriously. There's serious... Well, yeah, because they didn't gather anything from you. They basically just poked around at you and were annoying you for no good reason. Well, that seems a little bit rude on the news's part. Shanghai, shut up. This is... I'm in a salty mood because these characters suck. And... yeah, character sucks. That's all we got to say here. Hey, you. Your advice helped. We already know that. Thought you had more things to say. Nope. No, she doesn't. Alright, well, let's go investigate the shrine, because it'll be plot relevant later, I'm sure. Oh, you know about these, because they're a big meme in the series. That is... I think a lot of people have this thing where they just know this series for the memes. They just know Toho for its memes. And so that's all the content they produce is meme-related. And so you get a lot of things that don't match up very well with the canon at all. And are... not amazing. Alright, so we have 130 HP. So I feel like only 30? That's kind of surprising even this late on. So, yes, the Tanuki enemies will turn into Guardian statues from the official Battle Network games. And you have to be careful not to hit them while they're in Guardian form, otherwise they will counterattack you with a lightning strike based punishment, and it will hurt quite a bit and probably kill you. Or probably pierce through invisibility, and goodness knows you are very likely to die, actually. And yeah, those statues are kind of odd, and they have number trader numbers for us. Do you have anything else going on around here? Questionable design. Ooh, that's nice. We can upgrade our regular chip now from a barrier to a ghost body. That is going to be pretty handy, because goodness knows we're going to want that very, very often. And the barrier is nice, and it empowers our aura swords, but it's only a one-hit thing. Alright, what do you got, kid? Hi, Reimu. You're surprisingly not a major character at this point. You exist a little bit in the story, but only a little. Tortoiseman. Look at this goofy looking little old man, Navi. Aww. Kid doesn't know what death is. Calls you on the phone. Oh, okay. She works in space. That seems like a pretty mean little setup there. Oh, hey, Sumereko, who is a character from one of the games that I haven't played before. So, yeah. She's a big nerd. And his glasses. I guess she's a big nerd, I guess. But everyone is trying to help out this young kid with the fact that she has to maintain this all by herself. So, you know, at least there's good people in the town. Aw, that's kind of sad. And see, that's good advice. And I will say nothing more, so that way I don't get into any fights. $1,000, that's pretty simple. Aww. Kid really likes us. Well, let's hope nothing bad is going on, because there do appear to be some minor amount of shitty people. Yeah, there we go. There's Moko being mentioned. It's not going to be that big of an issue. Come on. She has, like, one of the most frustrating Navis to fight in the game, so, ugh. Alright, well, should probably get at it. Oh, what are you doing here? Of course, because, you know, speak of the devil and someone will want to do something evil or something. So we didn't get to see who Reimu talked to, if it was her or if she was just snooping around because she's refusing to ever be in a classroom or something. And yep, of course, because we've kind of been over this already. She's a violent nut who should not be a police officer. That is, in theory, not what they're there for, but, you know, this game may as well be taking place in America. Let's go ahead and save, because I think we're probably going to have to get into a fight pretty soon. And yet we go through this scene because, you know, as the thing is, you know, well, it also sounds like you've never tried! You know? Maybe that would be a you know, something that would help? If you weren't a fucking psychopath? Alternately, Yamame, she is probably unarmed? Like, you know, there is the thing. Literally, it takes until the very end of Game 6 for anyone in Battle Network to ever think to involve any sort of real-world, you know, solution to a problem. It takes that long for the villains to think, oh, Lan's a 12-year-old. I can punch him in the nuts. And, like, amazing. This would not work in real life is basically what I'm trying to say. This whole system, there is nobody who would... There are very few people, at least in terms of, like, anyone who is out here trying to do a hardcore crime that would kill people with their navies. If that was the case, I don't think, for example... Well, Mr. Match is an excuse. He wasn't there at the time. But, like, someone like Adarashi from the second game... You don't think that he wouldn't try to get into that house and just shoot Lan? Bullshit. And also, now you're just straight up lying. But again, you're the cops, you get to do that. That's how this world works, apparently. And I told you there's gonna be a fight. And we're probably gonna get murdered because this is a really difficult boss fight. 1500 HP for a base level enemy, and I am just going to have to, you know, throw out what I can here. Although, if she's going to line herself up for hits like this, I will take any of them very easily. And yeah, you can see she's basically the equivalent of Proto Man, except a lot worse, judging by things like that. That's just kind of really bad of an attack to be seeing. And she can just block most of your shit as well, which is just even worse. Because she brings in the pop-up swords from Star Tropics at you for some reason. And just randomly decides, oh, does she want to do a fighter sword or does she want to do a dream sword? Also, she counterattacks everything she blocks. If this gets deflected by the pop-up sword, I'm going to be pissed because by no right should it do that. As she just breaks out, you know, completely broken shit afterwards, and her attacks have changed element, which is really great. I'm glad that that's a thing. Let's pull you in and do this. Yeah, have a great time with that, Chief. And she apparently has, What am I thinking of here? Apparently she has, like, area grab guard going. And you can see as she's pulling out all these stupid, disgusting combos. But, like, all of the... She's got the evil cut thing going. And, yeah, this fight has basically drastically jumped up. And in the first place, it was already kind of bull crap. So, that's real great. Get the fuck out of here. Die in a hole. If your operator could die, that would be great too. Like, seriously. Absolutely the hate sync character of the game, I should hope. I don't know, also, you are a fucking wannabe mass murderer, so maybe you should understand things. And you're not going to reprimand her in any way? Oh, right. Police. I forgot. Trip her as she leaves. Because you suck and you deserve to lose anyway. You're a bad person. And I hope your shitty mech suit explodes. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, me being angry about the character is probably the intent, so it's not like... Yeah, I can't fight her right now. Because that would have to be where the battle is, although... We fought the V2 ghost on the net, and that's really weird. Pick up that gravity ball that we missed earlier. And yeah, this fight is not really tremendously important because we are way further ahead than we would normally be encountering these enemies. But we'll fight them anyway. I'll take 150 Zenny. That's nice. That's decent. I'm gonna need a lot of money eventually. Well, let's head back home and move on to the next day of the plot. Alright, what's her email about? Oh, well, everybody is here telling us we'll do good, or all that. And we go to the game center in Central Town and get ready for a couple of fights. This is going to be a little bit on the boring side, but it's not a true boss rush per se. Alright, so we have to go around, I guess. Or not quite. Everybody's really happy about this. Gotcha. Well, I think it should be reasonably possible to get some idea of who we're going up against just by some of the people in the crowd. I guess. Then again, inside of the world of the game, they don't really have the idea of, hey, unique or non-unique sprites, but... Yep. So I guess they've got 64 rooms in the back of this area, in the back of this little game center here, because we're the only person in here, except for the lab coat man. Take a look around here and see if there's anything of note in any of these. Actually, let's check the plant first. Hey, there we go. I knew there was something hidden in here. I just didn't remember what it was. Alright. Well, this guy sounds like a huge nerd. Let's get this over with. Alright, so this is the guy that we saw before, and no, he's not really anyone special as far as I can tell. He's just got a very generic Navi here. Only 800 HP, so this is clearly nowhere near the main event. Alright, buddy, line up with me. No, you don't want to? Okay. We'll do things your way then, I guess. Definitely got a move pool going. I will give old Toro that here. He's got a sword of some kind. He's got a flamethrower. He's got his drill. Ow. That ran out at a bad time. Had a moment of like, wait, is it safe to go in the drill? Is it safe to go in the drill? That's a phrase. Well, we got a fire burn to in a not very useful code. Time to double check everything just in case. Alright, save. Let's go ahead. I think this is another generic Navi before we start into unique enemies. Yeah, this guy's going to be coming at us with a generic Navi and some dragons to give him a little bit of backing. Yep. And this sounds a little bit scary because, well, maybe it is, but in the end, we'll be fine. Sure. Although I could probably have done this a lot better. Yeah, this is going to be a lot. But the bare minimum, one thing to keep in mind is that these dragons are technically multiple hitboxes. So we're going to be doing a lot of piercing damage with these attacks, and it is going to demolish them. So we do have that going for us to make the fight a little easier. And yeah, obviously, once we clear out the dragons, things get to be a lot easier. Who would have guessed there? And I did that a little too early. I was trying to time it as the block ends, because as you can see, he's pulling those blocks out super fast. And that's just not good for us. For multiple reasons. Fuck me. I wonder if this guy feels like letting me actually attack. That would be pretty cool. So let's add 3 chips. Spend a lot of time here having to dodge up and down to avoid incoming cold airs. I think it's cold air. And we've got this going for us finally, so... we can put on our ghost body, sit at the front. Alright, get over here! What an asshole! Yeah, see what I was saying? Those guards come in fast and furious. We're definitely taking a pretty big risk here because, well, first of all, we can just fucking miss. That's always an option. And second of all, there's the fact that he's got that guard that he does, like, every second, basically. And has, like, no real downtime between. So honestly, at this point, our best bet is actually just to let him time out. Again, I told you, poison is fucking strong. And considering that all we have to dodge is an occasional tornado that moves at, like, well, a high speed, yes, but goes down only a single row. And is, quite frankly, not fast enough to really cause us too much consternation. Yeah, what's our time on that? 2 minutes. That's it? I thought it was going to be a lot more. And we get our reverse shield for that, which, meh. Well, again, thank goodness we get healed between each round. So, we're going into round 3. I think this is when actual unique opponents start showing up. Yeah, we get it. They're calling Alice something incredibly embarrassing. And hey, it's Kana. We saw her before. Thought you'd try taking it up as a hobby. Her Navi is dangerous as hell. Akutaku Man, who is actually kind of adorable looking in this form, but has 2 forms and 1100 HP. That's the less interesting part of proceedings, but there's actually kind of a decent amount going on here. You can see that, first of all, our enemy is really fast. And second of all, well, that worked out really badly. Good work, Chief. Alright. Area grab. Damn it! That's not what I wanted. Ghost body. And once she hits half health, she enters Beast Out. So she becomes even faster and starts pulling out this thing that I don't know how to describe aside from thing. Which is, it's basically Top Man's top spin attack, except on a whole lot of steroids. And starts throwing in cross slashes and like all these different sword attacks. And basically it's very, very bad news for us. And I could really do with not goofing some of my attacks here. And she's got the katana slash, I guess, from, I want to say it was Battle Network 5 when that ship appeared, where it was the... Oh my god, damn! Too fast! So at this point, it is in my best interest mostly to dodge around and get fucked, because... Well, I could probably have predicted that attack pattern better if I wasn't, you know, completely silly. But, yeah, as you can see, not a simple fight. It's oddly pretty tough. And I will also say that maybe the name was a bad idea just by virtue of the fact that it's too long. Like, it's 8 characters just from the base word of it. And for some reason in this game, only program advances are allowed to have a name longer than 8 characters. And they get fucking 10, I think. Yeah, it's 10. I had a moment there of not remembering how to count. That's always a good thing. Wait, no, the other thing. Here, take your buttload of damage. Alright, so you're gonna beast out, and I should probably be out of this style by now, but... we'll have to wait. Yeah, she was gonna do that top spin right in front of me, and I can't style change because of being in anxious condition. Alright, so get in close. I said get in close, you... Fuck. Yeah, that... Oh. The thing with the anxious condition is that it creates a massive snowball effect in a fight like this where my main style is weak to the target. Because, as you can no doubt tell, like, just the inability to switch out is just going to get you killed a lot of the time. Simple as. Stay in one place, you jackass. What's my strongest attack that I have right now? Alright, well, I can do 280, I guess. I was really hoping for the other Mega Halberd, or to have the high M cannon, or, you know, anything just to get this done a little easier. Alright. Switch to wing style should get us there. ECD. Yeah, she walked into it. Thank goodness. That damage is ridiculous in this part of the fight. That's a lot of, felt ill and somehow got that special ability. Yeah, sure. That's, let's put it that way, I guess. Alright, let's go. Alright, so here we're up against Renko, who is Sumareiko's sibling of some variety. Alright, what are we facing off against here? Is this... Oh wow, is this a generic Navi? So I'm sure that this has some sort of gimmick to it that I don't know about offhand. Or, you know, couldn't really tell you offhand, I guess, rather. Alright, Ghost Body. Networks, alright, so just throwing the axes. She's also got area grab. That's not really a good thing to see because, yeah, an enemy with an area grab will just be able to spam it with reasonable impunity. At least among Navis, I think that's the case. Alright. Barrier. Or a sword. Gotta get out the way of that. Never mind. I wish that shield had like a reflecting shockwave effect or something. Unfortunately, no such luck. However, the fight is... Ow! That, I believe, is a Death Wiper, which is basically the same as the usual Dream Sword / Mega Halberd, but it's a poison element chip and does a lot less damage. Obviously being a chip. And we get a Tomahawk out of the deal. That's kind of unfortunate. Save. We got a couple more fights left. We got at least Tortoise Man and Spanner Man to fight. Yeah, here's Wrench Jockey. Bringing us the possibly bringing us the pain because he can do some pretty good damage if I recall correctly. Alright, so his shockwave attack just cracks a random panel in your area, I think. Like, it does appear to be completely random. If you get close, if you get into his front row, he will attempt to punch you, and that will do a lot of damage if you let it hit you. His wrench attacks are very similar to something used by Skullman from Battle Network 1, I believe. But you can see now, we've got a pretty good amount of space to deal with his shit. And also, he's mostly resorting to... You can say he's mostly resorting to the wrench, but he's back to Shockwave now. And also, of course, like, his entire area is poisoned. Bring up his welding. I noticed now that he's got a welding mask on. That's actually pretty good. I do like that as a bit of sprite work. That is pretty nice. So, get to the top half of the field, please. Yes! And then get out of my life. Somebody's life. Spannerman's ship is pretty strong in terms of damage. It does a shockwave across multiple rows. An enemy that's right in front of you will take additional damage from his punch, so if you line that up right, you can do a lot of hits and get a lot done. It's pretty solid. Alright, so here we go. We've got our last opponent here, Reimu and Tortoise Man. You almost forgot about them, didn't you? Probably not. Tortoise Man has some pretty shockingly nasty attacks that we will see in just a moment once we get into the fight here, where he's rendered as Tortoise Man because, you know, too many characters and all that. The first big thing he does, he's got this Mud Wave attack that hits in a 2x3 area and targets you. It also throws up sand panels. And he can do the thing around the edge of the arena. I think he's going to pull out an attack that's basically similar to the air hockey moves from the Battle Network series proper. And that can be incredibly dangerous. And also, yes, sometimes he'll throw out boulders, which can be quite problematic because they are often very hard to destroy without breaking attacks, which you can then tell that his thing counts as. Let's get in as much damage as possible here. Go invisible. And ready the Mega Halberd to give him some damage. Get in close, buddy. There we go. Otherwise, I can't hurt you. And then that's not much of a fight. Yeah, just, you know, back up for me. There we go. Just let me have the entire territory. You know, if you're gonna scoop, there are more dignified ways to do it than with a wave of brown stuff. And I got what I deserved there. That's for sure. I shouldn't be underestimating this guy. Especially because I've already described he's got a variety of attacks. And he did not bust out the hockey shell, so I guess that's a thing that he doesn't do until, like, another version. Yay, we got some money and some tickets to go on a boat. Hooray! And a lot of the slightly repetitive and slightly irritating crowd noise. "10 days from now." Wow, that's a pretty soon trip, and you're definitely standing in the doorway here. Thankfully, there's enough space to get around, and Tenchi's apartment is still locked. I want to fight Iku some more. Come on. Well, let's save up. I should probably do some of that job board at some point, huh? Alright. Next day, we got something going on, right? You mean you might have abandoned her if not? Well, that's the point we're at, I guess. And we'll cover more plot stuff later, i.e. next stream. So, yeah. Let's just go do some other things. Let's do some side quests. Let's get into some side quest madness here. You're not the one I want to check. Although I probably should. Admin. Placement admin is a terrible person. City area 3. We'll take that. And we're actually going to grab the Ray Cannon 2. The Ray Cannon SP mission. Oh, hi, Fire Drake. I didn't notice anybody come in there. How's it going? How's it going? So yeah, to finish my statement before I noticed Fire Drake had come in, we are going to be taking that mission because we're pretty well equipped to deal with it right now. We have basically all we would need to... We have basically the right amount of defensive resources to do it, is the thing. I think that missed me entirely, too. That was great. And again, I probably should put on that that money program, because I don't really need a whole lot of chips in this area. Unless I get dropped more asterisk code lances, in which case those are always good. Well, that worked, I guess. At least I wasn't frozen while I was about to be attacked. Because there's a little bit of hang time after you attack. Gotcha. Well, you know, I forgot what I was gonna say. That reflects real nice on me. Enjoy your exercise, I guess, and the laundry, well, the laundry should be fine. Yeah, I noticed he streamed super late. Like, I hope he's at least liking the game? As much as you can say that about something like that? Like, the thing that goes through my mind after the brief period of seeing any of Omega Labyrinth is, like, there's some bit of cynicism involved in it to me. He must be liking it if he's playing it. Well, fair enough. But, like, my brain is just like, I don't know how much payoff there is to this. So, yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's my feelings about it. I certainly wouldn't pay full price for it. That's for damn sure. But at full price, I'm pretty sure it's still $60, which is a little over the top. Although, you know, people will pay a surprising amount of money for things that are mildly lewd. I guess if it doesn't go all the way, they can pretend that it's... They can pretend. That's all I've got to say here. They can pretend something. It sounds like I'm being really mean to him. I don't mean for it to sound like that, but... It's more to be like, it really is such a strange thing in a lot of ways. Oh, look at it. Look at this jerk appearing behind me. Come on. Place. I just sound concerned. Well, at least... Well, there you go. At least I don't sound like a complete asshole. There's something there. There's something to be said about that. Although, honestly, $60. Like, wow. That's something, that's for sure. Be the person? Yes. Filthy cheapskate. Unlock the admin area in City Area 2, so we can just go back and walk to that. I mean, I suppose, yeah, there certainly is a lot of work that went into it, I guess. I'll run from this fight because I don't have a good opening hand. Yeah, I know, breaking my my thing about avoiding running from fights, but I did some of that earlier, so. Besides, in this area, it's fine. It's not like there's much that we really could want from these enemies at this point. They're just kind of here to be slightly irritating to us. Alright, keep going, keep going. You get autoroids, yeah. That's the thing that'll come up later in the story, but also is just generally referring to autonomous navies at all, I suppose. And let's get some more death rays going here. Yay, another counter. Didn't even try for these. So that's nice when that happens. Alright, so this is where we've got to get into some fights. I'm saving because who knows how tough these will be. Look at all these nerds. Ghost body, stay in the front. I am at this point, like, not even gonna really try for the PA too much because, like, this fight should be pretty easy. The one major issue is gonna be, are they gonna, like, keep jumping around between everything like this? It could get annoying rather fast at worst. The Reploids of Battle Network? I guess a little bit. They're sort of like robots. Because, of course, with the exception of very few navies, all of them are just, well, most of them are supposed to operate with another human operator, but a very few instances of autonomous navies show up in the story. Most famously, of course, Base is one of the more well-known, again, in the original Battle Network series, as opposed to in this, where Base, to my knowledge, does not show up. There's a couple of characters who fight like Base. I was gonna say, I think there's a fish navy, but I'm realizing, wait, no. No, there really isn't, because everybody in this game is very humanoid compared to the occasionally more outlandish designs in Battle Network proper. Oh, now he's pulling out a new attack. Well, new by his standards. Of course, for us, we've seen Break Shot before and been underwhelmed by it. But, you know, a change in the attack pattern, that is something. Okay, are there items in here? I don't believe there are. But we get a couple of new enemies. We get an upgraded version of the dogs from earlier, and we get these little warrior fellas. Oh yeah, Base at the time was definitely, like, really cool. And, you know, again, they kept bringing that fight back for good reason and kept doing more stuff with it. There's definitely been some really, really great fights against Base, which you would hope so. Okay, so I think this is, like, all we're gonna get here in terms of is just these warrior fellas, and... Oh, they're piling up right on top of me here, so... Oh, that wasn't as much of a free multiple delete as I thought. There. Oh, and they're actually fire elements, so that's helpful. And Shockwave does double damage because it's Earth element, and they drop heat swords. So again, not necessary to have bought them earlier, but I guess you'd have them a little earlier. Yeah, that follows, right? Perfect reasoning. Perfect reasoning and perfectly explained. I am a master of words, and I will hear a lot of arguments to the contrary, actually. Right, walk forward. Nice. And a double counter on those enemies, which countering them at all is pretty rare, so I will be very happy with that. Power Aura D. That is a chip whose artwork is not good, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that one just has a paint circle because they didn't finish it. Blocks attacks with less than 80 power, which is weaker than most of the auras in the later Battle Network games, but I don't mind that too much. Is this the way I want to go? No. I need to go back to City Area 3. And unfortunately, I get very lost on the internet very easily. Not unlike in real life. Well, there's another Asterisk Code Venom shot if we want to use those again, which we might do at some point. Might well do. There's a couple of enemies that would be weak to that at various points. That might help. Let's walk from this. Guy's in the other corner, so if we go around this way, we can get there. I think we have to go this way for that? Lancers. These... We'll do this. I'll select the full hand for no good reason, but I will fight them on the off chance that we can get the Asterisk Code Lance. Because I think we can do that from even using a Navi chip. I'm not 100% sure if some of the... like, if this uses, like, BN3's custom S-rank mechanics or anything. If so, that's certainly something. And what's this? One Saber Z. Well, first of all, it's another MS Paint chip. Ghost Sword slashes 2 panels ahead 3 times. Ooh. Interesting. It's a multi-hit move. That's always pretty good. So let's jack out to warp home and let us go ahead and check out what else we can do in terms of missions here. Oh yeah, we wanted to do the Ray Cannon SP. To who game dev? I will definitely make a note to do that afterwards. Right. Wait a second. It's amazing sometimes how forgetful I am. I want to go into the fridge. It's in Area 2 of the fridge where the Ray Cannon SP shows up, and shockingly tough enemy is all I will say. As we get a bunch of garbage crap here that we don't really need to care too much about, but I guess I'll fight them anyway. It should be easy enough to get a triple on just because the frames for stacking double deletes and stuff are actually pretty generous. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but we tried. They're not as generous as I thought, I guess. So we want to go to the upper left instead. Claunch! And some panimals. Not really a big deal, though, so we'll just run away. Actually, add-on manager. We'll equip this, and... get all that. We can't... I really feel like I need more Buster Charge items at some point. Oh, we got some weird flickering there. And here is the enemy we're looking for, the Ray Cannon SP. And this will not necessarily be an easy fight. Because, in addition to the sheer speed that those targeting reticles move at, they target all rows. Or all rows. Again, getting my rows and columns confused here. However, thankfully, you can just dodge through them by virtue of the fact that only the targeted panel is attacked instead of just shooting down everywhere. However, that's still not exactly, it's super easy thing to be dealing with here. You gotta do this a lot, and sometimes your timing will be way off. The other option is that I could remember to use my shield, har har, but, imagine me doing that. Do things this way. Smash the A button for a moment. Yep, we had enough damage there to eliminate that enemy pretty quickly. So hey, that's a free 12 grand. 12 grand? Yeah, I think that's 12 grand for us. That we get just by virtue of beating a fairly easy fight. And we can go to A and Square instead and collect our money there. Yep. 12 grand. Very nice. And again, I keep looking at this guy. I don't think there's much reason to grab too many things here. However, I am going to pick up the ice swords. I'll grab 4 because that should be as many as we can have in the folder. Because it will help for an upcoming battle. Chip, antivirus. And 2K. Nice. Are you the guy? Yes. Oh, I don't even get to save first? Alright, so we're up against EX type viruses, not SPs, which is good because, while yeah, these things are pretty strong, it's not as bad as it could be, basically. Shit, my options are a little poor here, but let's do this, because in this fight, this is a good one to actually save up for Mega Halberd, because the damage output would be pretty good, to say the least. Now we sit here and we wait. Granted, I could have used those to speed things up a little bit, but again, this is actually simpler, believe it or not. Or at least it should be. Alright, well. I hope this guy's getting a lot of mocap information from us. As we just stand here. Also, yeah, sure, let's just take out 2 M Halberds here. You won't need both of them, but the hell with it. We can do it. Alright, Gel Pack EXs. This is not particularly a nice array of enemies here. Oh wow, it wasn't stunned. Damn. That's quite unfortunate. Now this is a place where Buddy Boy can get a little bit of motion capture footage here. Yes. As we once again start to prep for a scenario where we are waiting for a useful attack. That basically means for the turn to end. There we go. Thankfully we're not being rated on these, otherwise I would be failing pretty heavily. Flameo.EXE, Yellow Woolly. That'll be one of the spiders that we saw earlier that I didn't even mention the name of. And a Chaud.EXE. Alright, so this... And it should end the shrimp, like, immediately. That worked out very nicely. Oh, nice. Right. Lancer EX, Mayo. We saw a Mayo earlier in the... No, that was for a mission. I was going to say, is that for plot reasons? No. It was indeed for another mission. Alright, put up our Auras for... By Aura, I mean barrier for Aura Sword. Good draw there. That does the job nicely. Yay, we got something, that's for sure. It didn't flash us a message saying that it was an additional core, but yeah, it is indeed an additional core. So that's pretty alright. That means we can equip different things with our Navi Customizer. And let us try out one last one here, I guess. We'll do that. Alright, so here's this person who is blatantly, of course, you know, going to trap us. So basically, the simple solution is to just be ready to walk into the trap and to take it down from within. And the telephone in question is going to be in Remy's house, so let's go ahead and get in here. This is basically pretty similar to a quest from Battle Network 2, which actually, again, was... I think it was Battle Network 2. No, pardon me, it was Battle Network 3, and it was indeed the same basic idea. But it also was inside of a phone. So we've got two Gunhopper EXs, which are not really my favorite thing to be fighting, and especially with the lack of my initial barrier here. Oh, fuck. I misread where that enemy was going. And yes, you will definitely notice an issue with my current choice of style here in that ow. And that's why we save, folks. That's why we save. In case we take two double damage hits like that we were not expecting to take. and we get a shuffle that doesn't really work for us very well. Ghost Body. And if you're going to jump into line of sight with me, that's great. I will end this thing's entire career while really hoping you draw medicine and not Rest of V2. But I suppose I can work with this. Alright, it's trying to leap forward. Yes! That lined up just right. 10 grand. And the add-on Crimson Noise. That is interestingly named. What is that again? Red. Busting Rank S gives different chips. Ooh. Let's get rid of the Star Shield and let's put that on, because that will probably end up being very, very important to our future endeavors. However, that said, I am going to do one last quick save here and be done for the evening. And, you know, not get involved in the plot for now. We did very, very little plot this stream, but we did a bunch of side quests, so that's all good.